I don't know the rest of the words to it, but we're on the road again.
Swirls on that.
Top of the moon.
Interesting looking hill there. Well, I think it's more like watch for falling boulders.
Yeah, falling mountains.
Oh my goodness, look at that over there.
Pull off there. Wow. I'm so glad it came this way.
And what you guys are looking at the bottom is 3 open mine shafts. Middle one's a very recognizable one. It's also the deepest one as well, but the middle mine shaft actually used to go down to a depth of about 220 feet. The objects just to the left of the middle mine shaft, what looks like a giant barbecue grill down there, is actually a 15-foot long steam boiler that stands about 12 feet high. To give you guys an idea of how big everything is, at the very, very bottom of the crater, folks. And as I mentioned, what you guys are looking at the bottom of the crater here, guys, is remnants of an old mining operation that took place here. Back in the early 1900s, a man by the name of Daniel Beringer, he actually had a theory that if you throw a rock into the ground, or if you shoot the ground with a bullet, the projectile that makes the crater was always about the same size as the crater itself. So standing from up here, looking down to the bottom, Mr. Daniel Beringer, he thought he was sitting on a huge piece of the meteor that was potentially the size of the floor of our crater. And since he knew it was composed of mostly iron, that's actually what he wanted out of it. He thought he was sitting on a huge piece the size of the floor, and he actually had a great big idea of finding it, mining it, that we could smelter it down and sell its iron ore content to the Santa Fe Railway out there and make tons and tons of money off of it. So back in 1903, he applied for the 4 mining claims, 42 square miles, that encompasses our crater, and he actually started to try to mine the iron ore from the very, very bottom of the crater. He actually had over 28 different mine shafts and drill sites around the crater floor below, but what he didn't realize was that when our meteor had actually made impact here, was that it hit with so much force that just pulverized everything at the bottom to a very, very fine dust. And when he got so far down into each one of those mine shafts, he found the water table. But that was mixing with all that fine dust, and he ran into quicksand everywhere he went. And since he kept finding quicksand at the bottom of every one of his mine shafts, he then decided to drill deeper and deeper and deeper, so he eventually hit bedrock. Then he came to the conclusion that this area here, it was not a volcanic steam vent like Abraham had thought, because he has found the very, very bottom to it. But since he didn't find no huge meteor at the bottom of our crater, he actually believed that the large meteor could have embedded itself into that south wall right there. Because I take a look at the south wall on that side, it could actually hold a really, really huge meteor. And so he went halfway down. You guys see the 2 tailings piles on that side? The one that's on the very, very far right, he then decided to drill horizontally, hoping to locate that big giant meteor. And just to the left of those 2 tailings piles is that red washed out area. But that's another drill site at the very, very top. He then decided to drill vertically into the rim of the crater itself. But Daniel Beringer, he didn't find anything at all. He actually mined this area for 26 years, and 26 years of not finding anything at all. The back end of his mining claims, he eventually went broke. And all of his other investors, they pulled out a Sand Iron Company that they had actually formed out here. And in 1929, Mr. Daniel Beringer, he went back to Philadelphia, a broken poor man, where he later on passed away that very same year. And no, guys, I'm not doing some native ritual or anything. Alright, guys, can I get at least about 3 people to lend a hand? Just go and hold your hand out, guys, okay? Yeah, right here, guys, okay? I'm going to put these on your palm. Do not put them in your pocket, okay? I'm going to do a demonstration in just a second, okay? Go and turn around, show these guys that you have some. Go and turn around, show that you guys have some. You can demonstrate these guys right here. You can demonstrate these guys back here. Demonstrate these guys right behind you as well, okay?
Yeah, so that's what came off the magnet, huh?
What happens to our meteor is, as you guys can see, our meteor, it just blew up into billions, possibly trillions, of very, very small sanguine-sized particles. Yeah. All these very, very small particles right here, when our meteor exploded, what happened to them was they went up into the air, vaporized, and as they fell back to Earth, a lot of them recondensed, re-solidified, and reanimated into very, very small sanguine-sized particles called spheroids, okay? I found this much from the tip of you guys' toes. Take a look around the crater. There's the rest of our 150-foot meteor. It's actually still here, but it exists nowadays in billions and billions of particles. Yeah, you guys see that? It did not just pick up one of them, it picked up all of them, guys. You guys see that? Mm-hmm. Guys.
Oops. Video there.
Is the water table at the bottom?
It's actually, see that big pink circle? That is a mud flat. A lot of people want to know if water pulls up down there, but it don't pull up down there because it don't rain hard enough.
Right.
But that is a water mud flat, and that you.
Probably thought the gals were mad. rocks.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were up at what, Rockhounds?
Rockhounds.
Yeah. And we were going to take our magnet with us see if we could find anything that had some metal in it.
Cool.
Yeah.
When he first found it, he hit it with the hammer. To hear it making noise.
Yeah.
Which is why I let people in the road for good luck, guys.
So did they find this in the crater?
2 miles away.
2 miles away.
Yeah.
There's actually a picture of them finding it right there in the wall.
Oh, okay.
That's my weight, yeah.
Okay.
Ballpark on its way.
1,460.
It was a nice walk, though. Really enjoyed it.
Beautiful day out there.
Our tour guide was very knowledgeable, and he did talk about the movie Starman, which was cool. So what do you see?
Some rocks.
That was the Moon Mountain Telescope up there. Way up there. Well, we're up at the highest point.
No, we're not. That's the high point over there.
No, the highest point you can go to
Picky.
on the crater.
Checking out whatever that pile of stuff is over there. Looked like,
Cows?
no, the pile of remnants and equipment down
Oh,
there.
I was going to say the cows don't look like a pile of cows. Tom says he remembers this.
We're live. We're live at the Meteor Crater. And we're still walking around taking a look at different things. And still amazed at how big this thing is. Joe was saying it was bigger because she had a perspective of the movie Starman. But, you know,
Yeah,
that's movies for you. They probably,
Well,
they probably made it look bigger.
and I think a lot of material has slid down the hill
Oh, it could
in the
be.
last 40 years or however long ago they made that movie.
Yeah, I don't remember taking any pictures when I came here, whatever it was, 75 or 76, but it looks different. It looks like there's more stuff that's,
Yeah,
that's
it's
come
come
the hill.
down.
Not as much rock exposed.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's still beautiful.
still neat.
We're down on this,
Lower lookout
the
level.
lowest lookout level that you can go on. Tom was just remembering this a lot differently. You know, you
Well,
can imagine 40 years ago they
They've added a
did
lot.
it differently.
They've added a lot. This
Here's a path right over here where you could take.
this was here, and that building up there was here. That's all I remember.
Yeah,
They didn't have any big presentations, didn't have any theaters.
here's this big cover over you. Tom says he remembers that.
Continue on the road.
Continue on the road. Oops,
Video or still?
a video. Gotta zoom it back out.
Well, we're still
I think it's recording. Yes,
yes.
I'm videoing. Don't say that again.
Oh, it's not called a pile of cows.
No. Like a gaggle of geese.